part of pass protection is the quarterback. You know, how quickly you get the ball out. How well do you avoid pressure? When pressure's on you, what do you do? And there's a small sample size from Trey Lance, but I looked this up. Just in terms like sack percentage per drop back. Garoppolo was 6.2, Lance was 5.3. So right away, he got sacked less. And then I looked into it, like sacks per pressure. When you're under pressure, what happens? Right. Garoppolo got sacked 32% of the time. Lance got sacked 21% of the time. So I think it's just demonstrable that he's going to avoid more sacks, obviously, than Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, it just takes one hit to cause an injury and have him be out for a while. But I do think that we're going to see one of the best qualities of Lance, and one of the things that shows right away is how he can make good things happen even under pressure.
Yeah, you can those are great stats, but you can see it in the game. It does play out. You'd see on those games that he played there. I mean, and it's not just escaping outside the pocket. It's the little sidestep in the pocket to avoid the rusher at your feet and still keeping your eyes downfield.
Yep.
You know, like he actually did it. He's done it in college, right? A couple times he's avoided, but he's actually shaken off defenders and still been able to keep his eyes down the field and find targets. So
these are things that like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers do.
Yeah, I think the other thing we haven't seen, and I think it'll show up eventually, is his lower power, his power in his legs. He's got ability to shake off defenders. So I think there's going to be times where he doesn't see a DB blitzing or something, and he's going to be able to shake that off and still get the ball downfield.
If you remember early young Ben Roethlisberger, he did a lot of that. He was big. He was pretty quick for his size, and he was stiff-arm pass rushers. And he would extend plays, and that's how he got a lot of his big plays. I think Lance can do a lot of that. I think he's probably as big as young Roethlisberger, as strong as young Roethlisberger. And what intrigues me the most is of those sized quarterbacks, I think he's the quickest one I've ever seen. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a big dude, but he's really quick. I mean, he's quick, not like Lamar Jackson, but I mean, he's damn quick. He's quicker than Colin Kaepernick was. I like it. He's a good athlete.
Quick, not fast.
I'm like, for example, his longest run last season, do you know what it was?
10 yards, maybe
15 yards. So we haven't seen him, pull away,
right?
But we've seen him make a lot of people miss in pocket, and but that's like the opposite of Kaepernick.
You've seen him pull away in practice, though.
Yes, but he hasn't done it in a game yet.
No, but he's only how many games has he played? So like as we get a larger sample size with this kid, like that's why it's so hard to determine like with him, because especially as somebody who's not there in practice. So like we only have the sample size of the couple games, right? So and ultimately games are what matter anyway. So like I don't know, I think we got to see a lot. There's got to be a larger sample size to say anything definitive.
If the pass protection holds up and is good enough, I mean, the combination of the run game and Lance's ability to avoid pressure, really, the Niners have the ability to be a dominant elite team. I really think they have the ability to win the Super Bowl this year, which is, again, why I felt like they should have been more aggressive this offseason. I think maybe I picked them to win 9 games this year. But again, I'm mostly down on their offensive line. If Brendel and Banks are good enough, man, this team could really be the best team in the league. It's too bad the Niners didn't go for it a little bit more. But it doesn't mean they can't at the trade deadline. I mean, they still could be that team this year. Yeah,
absolutely. Or Lance is way better than you expected, right? So like you're expecting him to be better than Jimmy Garoppolo, but you're not. I probably venture to say you're not expecting him to be like Patrick Mahomes level. But if he is,
I'm not expecting 50 touchdown passes, but
if I think he could be like show himself to be a top 5-6 quarterback without throwing for 50 touchdown passes, because it's just going to be a different nature of the offense. Yeah. It'll look a lot different, but you would still be able to say, hey, this kid is really freaking good.
Yeah, the efficiency could be off the charts because he makes good decisions and he has a very good team around him.
Right.
It could be off the charts.
Yeah.
He might be in the bottom of the league in pass attempts, but he might be in the top of the league quarterback rating.
Right. The Niners could, because the way the Niners are structured, they could win a game 45-7, 45-14, and he could throw for 210 yards, but it'd just be super efficient because they'll be running the ball for 200 yards too. That's kind of the way, that's where how Kyle wants to play, and then their defense will, ball the hell out.
Yeah, I'm guessing, or at least the first half of the season, the game plan every week is going to be to throw the ball less than 25 times, fewer than 25. No reason to come in this game and be like, we're going to throw 35 and win, because, I mean, Lance didn't even play that way in college. No. I feel like they're going to kind of try to use him the way North Dakota State used him, which was as sort of like an addition to the run game. He wasn't, I mean, his arm was not the focal point of their offense in North Dakota State, and it won't be here at first. It could be. And that was when Mahomes took over, it was like bombs away right away. It's not going to be like that. They're going to take shots.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of handoffs. As it was with Jimmy.
Right. It's going to be super, it's going to be efficient, right? This idea it's going to be efficient. It's going to be explosive. Kyle wants explosive plays. So when he does throw the ball, there's going to be more explosive plays via vertical passing. And we've seen they get explosive plays through their receivers, through Yak, but now you're adding the vertical element to that play, and then it's going to be complementary to their run game, and that's what Kyle's looking to do. And the thing with Lance is, and I guess it goes with efficiency, is not turning the ball over. So how much more efficient will the offense be with that when you remove some of those turnovers?